In October 2020, a digital mapping activity was carried out by members of TRYSPACES. The activity was organized to seek out dialogue and understand the convergences and divergences between the new normal we experience due to COVID-19 in Mexico, Hanoi, Paris, and Montreal. We also explored the consequences in the different spheres we inhabit in each of the cities, where many banks have been closed, walls are built for security, and many people have become unhoused due to the housing crisis. In the streets and stores, new elements have emerged in public spaces, such as instructions or markings on maintaining physical distancing. In informal kiosks, it is common to see different models of masks to buy. New norms and rules have been imposed through signs around the cities, and these signs are not one-dimensional but differentiated by context or neighborhoods in each city, where social norms are created not only by those in power, but by citizens themselves. In most places, such as on public transport, we observe a more hygienic approach with an emphasis on frequent sanitation. These common places are now associated with being dirty or unknown, and many people find them scary or stressful for these reasons. Public or collective services now have the connotation of danger. Emotions that were not so common, such as fear or anguish, anger and rage, can emerge in situations where the rules are not followed. On the other hand, there is an unexpected turn in economic life, where we've moved multiple functions to digital space, such as shopping, working, and leisure time. The flexibility required to adapt became more noticeable in different aspects of our personal life, accompanied by feelings of uncertainty and powerlessness. Sometimes, some parts of the city seem obsolete. Our domestic spaces and digital networks have become more versatile, and new digital functions and online platforms have been created. The COVID generation is resilient and adaptive, but it is also the most vulnerable people who must leave schools to support their families and who face new challenges in their daily lives. COVID-19 has highlighted the precariousness of many citizens in the cities. School dropout rates will become more visible in countries with greater inequality, where support programs don't exist to help students. What will be the effects of boredom and the fact that there are fewer opportunities and spaces for public life to take place? What happens to these places of warm encounters? Digital platforms have emerged as places where these new norms can be transgressed. Information is circulated in new ways on these digital platforms, and virtual protests take place on them as well. However, protests have not only been confined to the digital realm, even if they have been banned in some places during the pandemic. People and collectives have continued to take to the streets with demands, with protesters occupying both digital and physical public spaces. No one can control reality or anticipate what will happen. Important rituals in our societies, such as weddings, birthdays, or funerals, cannot be postponed. New meeting spaces are becoming more and more frequent in some cities, as people become desperate to get out of their houses. What kind of new habits will be generated? How will our meetings, conversations, agreements, and ways of learning be expressed in this context? How will community and local life be managed? How will the spatial, institutional, and interpersonal challenges implied by this pandemic be resolved?